You tube was good as your boy KidBrims, aka the Jersey God of Westchester, and I'm back at y'all again with another NFL Street 2 on the city. This is gonna be part 11. As you can see, this is my guy right now. All the updated attributes. My son is killing right now. They rechanged the colors because the black and red really wasn't doing it. But as you can see, we're moving on to the Aqueduct. We're gonna play a pickup game. But how y'all doing? How you feel? How you feel? Man, it's a hot one today in New York. You feel me? This shit, you know it's hot outside when you walk outside and it's hot outside. Like, shit. Sheesh, it's hotter than fish grease. Hotter than the devil's toenail, you heard. This shit is crazy, man. I just got home from my camp job not too long ago. I'm tired. Been out all day in the sun, so your boy is exhausted right now. But anyway, how y'all doing, man? Back at y'all again with another video, man. If you enjoy the video, if you're enjoying the video, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, so when I drop a video, you already know you know what to do. To be the first ones to view it. I'm currently sitting at 94 subscribers, y'all. I'm 6 subscribers away to 100, so it would mean a lot to me if you share this video. Help me get to I'm only asking to help me get to 6 subscribers, y'all, and get me to 100. I'm at 94, feeling good right now. And I did promise y'all some NBA 2K19 my team content for you guys, which will be coming very soon. I've been busy with work. I apologize. I did open some packs the other day. Actually, I will leave a link in the description. My last pack opening video was the dynamic duos ones. But yeah, I got y'all, man, with videos. I got you with NBA 2K19. I mean, I wanted to grind a little bit off camera, like my team, because like I know you guys don't want to see the same thing. It's annoying. But, I had to run up the wall, get the hot spot. We get Sterling Sharp, Shannon Sharp's brother. So but yeah, I just wanted to get out some gameplay for you guys for 2K, because I know you like that. I know you guys enjoy that content, that 2K19 my team content. So, but anyway, y'all, man, I actually have something else to say. As you know, I have a podcast called Two Fools and a Mic with me and my boy Caesar, aka Lil C. Shout out to my guys since day one. Our podcast, we have on the Apple playlist. And the other day, he hit me up and was like, yo, maybe we should try to get on Spotify or iHeartRadio, get our podcast out there instead of the Apple podcast, because I don't know if there's like an app or anything that like tracks like your viewers, like how many views you have, because I know for a fact that I can see the reviews and the ratings, but I can't really see how many people listen or anything. But yeah, he hit me up the other day and was like, yo, why don't you let's see if we can try to get this on Spotify and iHeartRadio. I was like, well, I'm gonna try, can't promise anything. And he sent me a video, and I looked at the video, and I was like, well, yeah, let me try. So I set up an account on this place called Speaker.com that distributes to Apple, but you already know we're already on Apple Podcasts on the iPhone. Just search Two Fools and a Mic. It's on the podcast app. You already know what to do. But yeah, so he was like, oh, why don't you do this? I did it. I set up our account. I submitted the podcast, and like within hours, actually, because I did it like the night before, like 12 o'clock in the morning, and within hours, I checked back, like after I got back home from both of my camp job and my part-time job. I checked back, and then all of a sudden, we got approved for Spotify. So right now, your boys are on Spotify. So what you got to do is you're on Spotify. They have music and podcasts, and you search Two Fools and a Mic, and we pop up. But we only have a few episodes on there because on the website, like a website like that, you have to pay to have more audio on it. So right now we only have our latest, our like the oldest podcast we have is how we talk about music, like some of our favorite artists and everything. But then we have our newest one. We have two newest ones, which is NBA free agency part 1, and that was before the Kawhi signing, and then we have part 2 after the Kawhi signing and like after what happened, because we needed 2 parts of that, because that free agency was fucking crazy. So if you don't have an iPhone and you have an Android and you have Spotify, make sure you follow us on Spotify, search Two Fools and a Mic, and we pop right up. My name pops right up. So again, it's a lot of blessings, man. I'm blessed that I have a podcast. We have a podcast that's up and running. That's on Apple, and now it's on Spotify, and now we're pending to see if it gets on iHeartRadio. And if it gets on iHeartRadio and we get out there, people, notice Two Fools and a Mic, then that would be really amazing. So if you're subscribed to the channel, you enjoy podcasts, we tell a lot of stories. We have different topics for everything. Like, we don't limit ourselves to one thing. We try to talk about as much as we can possible, especially like political views. We really don't, except that, like, we really don't talk about that. But like everything else, we try to talk about. But if you have a specific topic that you want us to talk about or anything, let me know in the comment section, and I'll definitely run it by him, and we'll definitely talk about it. We also have a Instagram page where the last 2 times that we had a podcast, we actually did it a live podcast, like we did it on our Instagram live, and we interacted with some of our followers that I know, that he knows, and then we talked to them about NBA free agency, and they got a lot of positive feedback. People were texting me, he's like, yo, that live podcast was lit, like, you're my favorite podcast right now, you guys made me listen to podcasts, and we appreciate that, because there's not that many times where people like will come up to you and say, oh, I appreciate you, like, I love your podcast, because for me personally, like, most of my friends, like, they listen, like, they'll listen, but they won't like listen to like other stuff. Like, it all depends what the topic is. Like, of course, we had a lot of people listen to NBA free agency. Like, of course that was gonna happen, because everybody and their mother is a basketball fan. So we had that, like, with that. But like, if it's like, oh, and then we did a podcast about food around the Westchester area, because that's where we're from. We live in the Westchester area, and we talked about that. People had comments about that. But like, if it's anything else, like, they don't really listen. But I'm hoping like we get more people to listen, because I feel like we work together perfectly. Like, we've been friends, again, we explained this, but we've been friends since I had my first ever job when I was 16, working in a retail store, in a sneaker store. Like, he was like my first person, like, I would talk to all the time. Like, we would just chop it up in the store. We're sneakerheads. We used to be bigger sneakerheads back then. Like, we talked about sneakers. We started roasting people's sneakers. Like, there have been times where we've seen a lot of fakes. We just started roasting people. Like, we had a good, like, we try to make work fun. Like, because, you have some of those coworkers that are way too obsessed with work. And then you have those coworkers that, like, don't want to be bothered with, like, anybody. Like, with me, like, the job I work at, like, now, like, I try not to be bothered by anybody. I just want to get my job, just get what I have to do done and get up out of there, because I don't have time to be fooling around. Like, I got work to do. But when I was working with him and other people, like, it was a fun job. Like, I was working in a place where they sold sneakers, which I loved at the time. Not saying that I don't love sneakers right now, but you understand what I'm saying. Like, I love sneakers, but like back then it was like, oh, I was obsessed. Like, I would get a pair like every other 2 weeks, because that was when Jordan Brand was like pushing out mad retros that I didn't have, that I missed out on back in the day. But yeah, So in a place like that, working, and then me and him, like we just like connected. Like we used to hang out a lot after work as well. Like I would go over his house, chill with his family. He would come over mine, chill with my mom, and then we got close. And then he was like, he wanted to do the podcast, and I was like, well, at the time before, with my laptop, I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know if this podcast thing's gonna work. I don't know if people are gonna like listen to us and everything like that, because I said this before, like I'll share something like on like either my Facebook or my Instagram or my Twitter, and people like really won't hop to it as quickly. But when I see them with like people that like we're mutual with, like they'll do it for them, but like won't do it for me. So but anyway, I mean, it is what it is. Like, I'm not trying to complain about anything or whatever, but like, especially like with music, like for me personally, like if one of my boys or whatever, like they support me, of course I'm gonna support them back. That's how I am. Like, if you support me, I support you back. If you don't support me and you just looking for handouts, like suck my dick, like fuck out of here. Fuck is you talking about? Like, I'm not like that at all. Like, you support me, I support you back. It shouldn't be like no 80-20 effort. Everything is 50-50, So, again, if you support me, I support you back. So it's simple as that. So yeah, like I'll share a lot. Like, I'll get annoying with it on my Snap. Like, make sure you do this, make sure you do that. I'll send it. I'll put it on my story and I'll send it to separate people. Even though they see my story, I'll still send it to you. I'm that type of person. Like, but at the end of the day, like I don't really care, because it's helping us. It's helping us try to help us grow. That's why we started to sell hats. When you start like this really determines if you have real true friends or not. Start to sell something, start making music, or like if you have a YouTube channel or whatever, you start that and see if they really support you. See if they'll buy your stuff without asking for free. I've had a couple of friends that have actually bought my hats. He's had a couple of his friends that bought his hats. I've had people tell me like, I'll cop next week, and never hit me up. Like it's like stuff like that. Like if you don't, with me, like if you don't have the money, I don't have enough, just let me know. And if you want it, but make sure if you tell me like, I want a hat, and it's like, all right, I got you. When are you gonna give me the money? And you say, I'll give it to you next week, and then next week comes and you don't get it, and I keep holding it. Like, that's a bad way of business. Like with me, like with jerseys and everything, like if I don't have money, like I'll ask just to see like how much it is, because sometimes a lot of places they don't put prices. Like, they like offer. I'm like, how much you looking for? They're like, I'm offering this much, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I wish I had the money, I would have got it. And they're like, I understand. Like that just one thing that's like annoying me, that annoys me, is like, you tell somebody like you're gonna get it, like I'm not like trying to throw shade at anybody, but I'm saying like, if you don't have the money right now, like there's been two people's like, I'll reach out to them like, I'm selling hats, I know you mess with the podcast, like, would you be down to buy a hat? And they're like, yeah, I'll buy a hat. I'm like, all right, save it for me. And I'm like, yeah, I know, like, you my man, I fucks with you, but I can't really save hats right now, because if I save you a hat and somebody else wants it and I sell it, then you'll get mad. Like, but from a business perspective, if someone else wants the same thing you have and you only have one left and they're paying you the money right now, then I'm giving it to that person. That's just how it goes. Like, I can always get like other color hats made. Like, we've sold hats. Like, I'm not gonna lie, we sold a few hats. I still have a few left, and again, they're $25 each. We have it in navy blue, royal blue, pink, and red. Like, but other than that, like, you have to have like, it'll be like, get support, because it all depends on like how your friends are. Like, are they sharing your podcast? Will they share your podcast? Because I hate, like, I'm not that type of person to be like, can you share my podcast? Like if you share it, then I appreciate you sharing it. But if you don't and you still support, like you're subscribed or whatever, then I appreciate that as well. But just don't just don't expect anything free from me, especially right now. Like, nah, like I'm not gonna give you anything free. Like at least buy one thing from me and let me get let us get established first before I start giving out stuff. Like I can't really do a giveaway right now, like because I was thinking about doing a giveaway, like if this hits this amount of likes, and you comment your favorite play from the video you watched, or you comment like one of your favorite lines in the video, like I'll put your name for a giveaway. But I can't really do that right now because one, I still have to make the money back from the hats, and two, not a lot of people, I don't have that much subscribers to the channel, and three, pretty much, even though I said it, like I have to make the money back, don't have enough people to subscribers to give it away, and I don't have that many comments as it is. Like I'll have a comment, like sometimes, like it really depends. Like sometimes I'll have like there's comments there, but it's like sometimes it's spam as well. Like it's really annoying. Then I'll like interact, like sometimes like, yo, this video is fire. I'm like, yo, I appreciate you, and like this and that. Like I don't have like 20 comments, on the video, but I know I'm gonna get there. I never doubt myself. I know for a fact I'm gonna definitely get there one day, and when that happens, I'm staying humble, yo. I'm not gonna go out here and get subscribers and all of a sudden think I'm better than somebody. Like, nah, y'all. It's like, nah, because I know how you are. Like, I know how YouTubers, like some YouTubers get. Like nah, like when people get famous, they get money, they think they like a whole different type of person. Like I'm not that type of person, like I'm staying humble. Like, if someone, helped me along the way, of course I'm gonna look out for them. That's just how I am, but again though, we completed another pickup game. What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna play Quick Strike. And Quick Strike is, because I know I skipped through the instructions and midway through the game I was like, what the fuck is going on? But Quick Strike is pretty much both teams get the ball, like they measure it off like 20 yards out from the end zone. So it's pretty much like NCAA football rules. And if you don't know what NCAA football rules is you get you start out from I think the 20 or the 30. I don't know if it's 20 or 30. I think it's 20 or 30. But they each get one chance of scoring the football, like overtime. So let's say a game is tied and they go into OT, and the first team, gets stopped, they hit a field goal, and the second team comes. If the second team comes and gets a touchdown, then the game is over. But if they get a field goal, they keep going. And then I think after the first OT is whoever scores, everyone scores a touchdown first wins, or something like that. But it's pretty much NCAA rules. Like both teams get a shot at getting a touchdown. So if I get a touchdown and they don't, then it's over. If I get a touchdown, they get a touchdown, then we keep going until whoever doesn't get a touchdown of that matter. So that's what the Quick Strike is. It's pretty much NCAA football overtime rules. But as you can see, I am up 8-0. And it's fourth down there. They're down to their last play. So you better not fuck it up. But they're going to fuck up because you know why? We here. We fucking here. Turnover on down. And the game is over. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the video right here. And we're going to, I believe I exchanged you exchanged somebody else. So we got another I think, if I'm not mistaken, we got another wide receiver. We got that boy Steve Cohen, and we switched him for Dutton, I believe. Oh no, Jennings, I apologize. Switched him for Jennings. So right now we have two of the best receivers you can get as of right now. But I'm gonna end the video right here. It's your boy KidBrims, aka the Jersey God of Westchester. Help me get this video to 5 likes. I will see y'all in the next episode. Peace. Deuces.
My nana said, baby.